Tara and Andy's film reviews on OurGamers.co.uk.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another film review with myself, Tara Malik, and...
me, Andy Baines.
Oh yes, and this time we're going to be talking about The Dark Tower, which there wasn't a lot of hype about, was there? Which in a way is good, because then everyone would be really disappointed.
Yeah, I think the artwork on the poster was appealing to me.
Yeah, but there was a lot, like, suddenly it popped up as a trailer. I'm like, oh, what is this? But I had no idea what was going on. So, and I still don't, even though I've seen it. I still don't know what's going on. Okay, so The Dark Tower, classified 12A. The director is Nikolaj Arcel. Starring Idris, Elba, Matthew, McConaughey, and Tom Taylor. But again, you've got a few more people in that cast there that I recognised. Genre, action, adventure, fantasy. I mean, it's like the perfect mix for me. That's the kind of film that I would love to see. Action, adventure, fantasy.
Yeah.
Sci-fi, like that is exactly my kind of film.
We know, you've told us before.
And all right, what's your kind of film? What would be your genre?
Action,
Whatever I see.
Horror.
Horror?
Yeah.
I don't know you as well as I thought I did.
I own like all the horror films up there. So many
Well,
horror
they're collecting
films.
dust, so I just thought they're just there to fill your shelf. Is that it? Horror?
I
Action
didn't
horror?
say that. I said action, horror, adventure, sci-fi. You know, I like a bit of everything, me.
Oh, okay.
Mystery.
Oh, you're just listing, or you might as well just put rom-com in there as well.
Actually, yeah. Yeah, there are some classic rom-coms out there I like.
Okay, well, at least I can stick to the point. The next bit... I know the irony in that sentence, right? Running time, 1 hour and 35 minutes. What on earth were they thinking? Synopsis. The last gunslinger, Roland Deschain, has been locked in an eternal battle with Walter O'Dim. See, I didn't even know the last name. Like,
yeah, but it
also
sounds
known
stupid.
as the man, Walter O'Dim. See, but then, like, where did this all... surely there's, like, a play on things there that we just don't know about.
Stupid.
Well, that's the thing. Like, we don't know this. I haven't read the books, so I've missed out entirely. Anyway, so Walter O'Dim...
If you'd read the books, you probably would dislike the film even more.
Yeah, I know. Well, I dislike it anyway, as you can tell.
Carol.
But I really want to read the books now because I feel like they need
to
they need to do it justice, and I need to figure out what's going on. Walter O'Dim, also known as the Man in Black, determined to prevent him from toppling the Dark Tower, which holds the universe together. With the fate of the world at stake, good and evil will collide in the ultimate battle as only Roland can defend the tower from the Man in Black. Do you know what? I like how this synopsis is like 10 pages long just to explain a film that's only an hour and a half. So...
yeah, good point.
Let's just get into it. So I've got one little note for you guys right before we go into story, which I've got loads to kind of rant about. Be prepared. This one single film, poor thing, is based on a series of 8 books by Stephen King. Not 1 or 2, 8. I honestly don't know what they were thinking. It shocks
crazy.
me. Yeah, it really shocks me. It's upsetting. I haven't even read the books and I'm upset. Anyway, story.
It's about 12 minutes of film. A book.
Yeah, I know. Let's skip like 4 books. I'm sure loads more happened. They just skip 4 books, kill off people, and suddenly something wins at the end. The story, poor. There you go. Utter shame. Complete waste of what could have been amazing. I mean, it really could have been.
I made note early on that I was curious because I didn't know much about the backstory at all. I'd seen the trailer and that was it.
You get more from the trailer.
Did get a bit curious during the film. But it was a bit of a letdown.
It's so upsetting because, like, it's the kind of thing that I would really watch and get into, and there was just nothing. I noticed it had that 80s film feel with obviously better CGI effects because of, you know, the time that it is now, of course.
Oh, I didn't pick up on that.
But, oh, really?
No.
I kind of, the way it was done and laid out and sort of, I guess, the pace or the feeling of it, I felt like it's the kind of way a film would have been made back in the 80s. Just with obviously better effects. I don't know. It's just how I felt.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I'm allowed to have it. I know. I'm allowed. I'm saying it. There you go. Deal with it. Scary at times as well. So maybe for the younger audience, just bear that in mind. There are a couple times in there where I thought it was a bit scary for a 12A. Those demons. Oh, do you know what? Spoiler. It doesn't even matter. Demons. Or lack of. But there are some demons in there. And those bits are a little bit scary. But you don't... There's not much happens. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah.
There's like a little snippet of it.
Yeah,
a little something happens, and then nothing else. There's no big battle. There's no... Do you know what I mean? What on earth? How can you make... Who are you? How can you make this film? And how dare you bring these good actors into it?
Who are you?
Like, you just ruined their career.
Nah, Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey will probably be alright after this. They're both pretty big at the moment.
It did seem very... This is one of the issues with it, right? It did seem very rushed. No surprise, since 8 books into an hour and a half. You couldn't get proper into it or connect with anyone, any of the characters, or to be honest, feel for any of them. So, you know, there was hints of stuff, but no depth. I want to know more about the worlds, the universe, the characters, the backstories, the purpose, the meaning, the connections, the interlinking things, like making it smart and clever. Who are they?
Then it's
Why
just
are they
as well,
here?
they've announced a TV series. It's actually a prequel to the film.
That's made me so... I tell you, that's made me so much happier.
Literally just read that.
They must have realised what an utter failure they've been.
Yeah.
And they have to redeem it. Oh, thank goodness! Well, that spoils my note for later on, but I'll get to it.
That's fine.
Thanks, Andy.
For spoiling it, sorry.
Where was I? Yeah, so who are they? Why are they here? Where are they, from? How did it start? So, explain people's powers and abilities. It's a bit one-sided. Mr. O'Dim seems way too powerful, to be quite honest. None of it makes sense. I mean, it's too easy for him. It's too easy for him?
Yeah,
I mean, it just makes no sense.
It's like when you've got Superman against other heroes and stuff. He's just too overpowered. It's like, this is the equivalent of that. He's just got too much power too early on.
It makes no sense. Exactly. There's no build-up to it or anything. It's just, you die. Feel angry. Kill each other. I can get into your mind and make you do whatever it is that I want.
That's a very good Matthew McConaughey impression.
Yeah, I know. And it's like, I still cannot take over the universe. How does that make any sense to me? What do they actually look like? And give me more demons. I mean, the skin people. What are they called? I don't even know what they're called. They don't describe that in the synopsis. The people that wear the skins. I don't know what they are. Who are they? What are they? They give a glimpse, but they don't reveal. How can you do that to me? You want to know who the bad guys are, what they look like, where they come from, what's going on, where's it going, how did this all start? Why am I even watching this? Oh, I'm very passionate about it. It upsets me because... Come on, I mean, it must be such a good series of books, right? I'm glad they're doing a TV series. I'm so glad you told me that. My blood pressure's coming down
I've
now.
spoken to a few people who have actually read the books.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad for them.
I've warned them that it's not a great film.
No.
They might like it because they've read the books, but from what I gather,
There was one
won't
of them, I
find it
think,
either.
who wasn't. He was like, it doesn't make any justice.
Oh, yeah, as I was saying, one of them's already come back and said, no, it wasn't.
It's so
it wasn't
sad.
any better if you read the books.
It's so sad. It's a very sad moment right now. Let's take a moment. As you can tell, I have way too many questions, and thus an unexplained weak plot. There's no proper involvement or feelings towards anyone. You know, I feel a little bit sad coming from the person who gets quite emotional and can cry about anything or whatever. You know, I don't know. And like the right kind of advert could make me really upset. You know, and that's only like 30 seconds. We've got an hour and a half worth of film here where you could get me really... And things happen in this. It's deep, right? Nothing. I'm a little bit sad, but nothing major, so it's really unfortunate. And it should have been way more emotional. Or me should have been way more emotionally affected, to be honest, considering what happens. I think I did an Andy sitting here watching this. Like, I actually know how you feel now watching films. Like, you don't connect. Oh, sorry, I'm slightly offending you, but... But like I sat there and it all happened and I didn't feel anything and it was like, that's bad, or I'm having an unemotional day. But but yeah. So definitely not enough time to get to know characters or get proper into it. They splattered 8 books into an hour and a half. And it would have been far better as a series of films, you know, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, or better yet, a TV series. I know for a fact I'd watch that. And now that Andy, you've revealed that they're making it, bring it. I'm ready to judge. You better do it justice and save me reading the books because I haven't got time. Such a waste. What do you want to say?
I'm done.
I think Andy's a little scared of me right now.
I'm fine. I was having a rest back there.
I got it off my chest.
Well done.
It upset me so much.
Just why you were grumpy.
So, maybe. So angry.
Onto CGI.
Are you definitely like?
Yeah, I've said all my.
Well, hold on. On a good note, he had a good fight scene at some point. I can't remember it, but there was a good fight scene.
It's later on. It's doing story at the moment.
I am doing story.
Okay, Karen.
There is no action. I didn't bother with that because I just wrote one note.
I've got some notes regarding action.
Oh. Okay, so CGI again, good, but nothing major, it seemed.
Yes, yeah, they done. I think some effort did go into CGI.
Yeah,
yeah.
There were some bits. It's like, oh yeah, that's impressive, but nothing. It's not the kind of film where you go, oh, it was all about the CGI. And
Judging
it was
by the poster and the trailer, you think there might be a bit more CGI impressiveness.
It's just wasted. I don't know if it's because there's a 12A, but like the lack of creatures or missing a great opportunity, like revealing who on earth these things are that are like trying to blend into society. I can't remember what they're called. It's not like skin. No, it's not skin. They're like skin.
Yeah, we know what you're trying to say.
Yeah. They like
Don't worry
they
about
wear
it.
human skin to blend in. But who are they? What are they?
Why are they?
Why? Yeah, like what happened that they had to come over here and pretend to look
Take
like
our
us?
skins.
I know. How dare they take our skins? But yeah, so that's all I've got for CGI.
Next bit.
4DX. So we did actually go see it in 4DX. Kept me awake. It's okay. The subway bit was actually a really nice subtle touch, very believable, and sometimes less is more. So you don't need the crazy.
Is that because the Rocky made you want to nap?
No, it's just I suddenly noticed when they had, or it's either a bus or a subway. I can't remember what it is, but you're in a public mode of transport, and it was that subtle rocking and swaying, but it's so subtle.
Yeah, the 4DX can replicate stuff like that quite.
Yeah,
quite
like the
well.
horse riding in Wolf of the Planet of the Apes was good, and here that, and it's like sometimes you don't need the crazy hold on for your dear life rocking about in the seat thing. Yeah. I mean, I do enjoy it, don't get me wrong.
Well, the note I've got is the opposite from being thrown about. It's the slow movement done really well, making you feel uneasy.
Yeah.
It does that really well as well.
Yeah.
And also, one more note, impressive special effects when flugger. Because I could not remember, I cannot read my notes. I was just thrown about so much. I have no idea.
I want to decipher it so badly.
No, that's the notes over there.
Oh, you threw it.
Yeah. So, really great 4DX when flugger happened.
Oh, dang.
Flugger.
I don't know.
No, I don't
know.
But yeah,
I have no idea.
No, still hats off to 4DX. I'm still happy to go there.
Yeah. I love people's reactions to it. You know, when you get when they experience their first proper crazy roller coaster type moving.
I remember the first 4DX Baby Driver.
Yeah, no.
And there was some girls that were quite squiggly in there. So,
squiggly.
Yeah, giggly schoolgirls.
Yeah.
Yeah. And every little blast of wind or whatever, there'd be a scream and a screech or a giggle and a panic sort of thing.
I remember my first time it was Baby Driver, and it was the getting chucked about a bit towards the end. I literally was like, oh my goodness. But I laugh. I just end up laughing at it because it's so funny. And obviously now that I've experienced that, every time we go 4DX and someone else, you can tell it's like their first time and they get thrown about and like, oh, ha, ha. And then it's like, you better not have been eating or drinking at that point. So, but no, it is fun and it is funny. And I think that's all I've got for 4DX. Cool. So before we get into if there are any randoms and rate, you've got action. Ooh.
No, my action's in the randoms technically because you didn't have
an action. Oh my God, is that your random? I love it.
Yeah, that's my actual random.
That should be your rate.
Okay, we'll get to that. So, like, randoms?
Yeah?
Yep, okay, I made a note about the sets. They had some decent sets, and one of them comes into CGI and set done quite well together, so hats off to them for that. There was a really great shot of Matthew McConaughey and Idris Elba face to face. Idris Elba was walking forward, Matthew McConaughey was going backwards, but he wasn't walking. It was such a simple shot that was just so effective that showed he had this much power.
It must have been a little trolley.
Oh, yeah, obviously. But it was just so impressive and such a simple shot, and it was done really well. So I made a note about that.
Matthew McConaughey can afford a little trolley.
Matthew McConaughey can.
He's good.
Yeah,
he's good.
He does such a bad guy so well. I think it's the first time I've seen him as a bad guy. I don't know if it was his first bad role.
This is the thing. Like, you've got this bad guy, but there was nothing about him where I learned he's got a vulnerable aspect. Because every bad guy's got something, right? There was nothing. It was just a lucky shot, you know, from Idris, and that was it. Spoiler alert. I kind of guessed how it's going to go.
Matthew McConaughey was just great as a bad guy, though. It was nice seeing him in that role.
Yeah, it was great. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like there needed to be way more layers instead of just slapped on there.
The bit where you was talking about emotion, Tom Taylor, the new face, the boy who's in it, he's not been in much yet. He done emotion quite well.
Yeah.
So hats off to him. He was another one.
Yeah.
They've done all right. I think. Oh yeah, the combat. There's not much combat in there. The couple of times where there is some, it's all right.
It was so
But
rushed again.
it's-
It was
yeah,
like
it wasn't
Idris-
it wasn't lengthy. It wasn't.
no. It's like with his gunslinging thing. It's just a brief bit. Oh look, I can shoot a gun. Oh hey Tom, I'm gonna just train you up quickly on how to shoot some bottles off of something. Whoa, you're a gunslinger now. In the matter of like a minute, maybe 2.
And my last random, meh.
Which should be your rate, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Meh. So, oh, how sad. We are sorry to bring you such a depressing film review, but it's not our fault. The Dark Tower utterly failed as a film. It's so upsetting. I mean, I want to say there was something really great about it, but I honestly can't find anything right now. There are some aspects it's okay. You know, it's if you're not going in with any hopes, then it's okay. But for what it should have been able to provide, it really lacked. So unfortunately, for my rate, it's going to get knocked down even more. It's 5. I had like a 5/6, depending on how this would go.
Same.
It's a 5.
Yeah, I had a 5/6. I'm probably going to go for a 5.
Yeah.
It's not great. It would have been better had they split into multiple films, maybe, and maybe actually set a bit more for the characters.
That's the thing. There's obviously, here's the thing. Surely there must be some sort of background between Idris's character and Matthew's character. There must be something. You know, and Matthew, he didn't come across as one of those cover yourself with the skin people. He's something else. He's like a magician, or I don't know what he is. Do you know what I mean? Or sorcerer. Like, I don't know what he is. And what makes Idris so special that he's a gunslinger? What sort of power? Is he just really good at aiming a gun? There must be, do you know what I mean? Like, how do you become a gunslinger? Do you get chosen? Is it a family thing? Is it like, I don't know. This is what I mean. Like, I'm so confused. I'm really confused. And it hurts. I don't like it. I don't mind cliffhangers, but if I don't understand your whole film, that's not good. So, I believe that's it. Oh, the rating it's gotten, 6.0. What are you on about? Anyway. So you might enjoy it, as I say. I mean, you might not be as nitpicky as us, but I just feel like they were lacking in a lot of areas. What? What are you laughing at?
You.
Oh. People are missing the gestures I'm doing as well,
know,
isn't it? I'm like very like physical. I've noticed I've gotten very physical with this film. Don't need to go to the gym today. Okay, that's all for this time. Hopefully next time. What's next time?
Until then.
Oh, I know what's
Until
next.
then. Until then.
That's the only way you get some word in. Bye for now.
Thanks to Cineworld Festival Leisure Park Basildon for the best experience around.